Hello YouTube and welcome back to Let's Play Star Defense 5 Steam. In this episode, I'm going to try to use Boomerang Thrower because I've been using ninjas for a while and Boomerang Throwers sound like a great idea. And then I saw this level and I was like, oh that's right, it's a water level. And since I've already bought a pontoon from other levels, you can actually like go back and check other episodes and see that I do have the pontoon for whatever reason. I'm actually going to place one right there just so that I can I can use it, so I can use more boomerang throwers later on or whatever. And I'm actually going to get a banana farm, actually pretty early, around 5 or 6, probably around 6. Place it right about there, and then I'll place the banana farmer, monkey banana farmer over there, and get that more upgrades. I'll only have one this time, so it's not going to be quite as overpowered as having 3. But let's see. Should I could probably just increase this one, even though it's more the attack speed that I want to be upgrading rather than the popping power. But I think glaive thrower helps out a little bit with that. I think it makes it fire a little bit faster. Not entirely sure. Now the issue, and the question, is do I want to go with the glaive ricochet, or do I want to go with bionic boomer? I kind of want to go with glaive ricochet because I usually go with bionic boomer. Yeah, I think I will go with glaive ricochet, and then just get a bunch of bionic boomers somewhere else or something. Or oh no, I think I did it, but I'm not sure because that thing is going to be giving me extra lives anyway, so that's fine, I guess, if I lose a life or 2. I don't want to make it just... I don't want to do just boomerangs, because that's not a very good strategy, especially on this map where I don't have enough room to place that many boomerang throwers. So let's see. There we go. Okay, so I might need at least 1 ninja monkey for any kind of camo detection, or... Actually, you know what? What I'm going to do is throw down a spike factory near the end as a bit of a safety net and as camo detection, which is not the best of camo detectors because it has to get all the way to the end before I can pop any camo balloons. So it's not a very good idea. But at least it's a bit of a safety net for now, and it'll pop the camo balloons that arrive or whatever. What else could I do? Kind of want to use a helicopter. But for now, I'm going to be upgrading my my banana farm. And Bandic Boomer probably would have been a better idea, because like I was saying earlier, it's more about the attack speed that I am lacking rather than the popping power. So I should probably now work on my second boomerang thrower, right about there. And actually, hold on, before I do that, I want to get at least this monkey village up without any upgrades, so that I can at least get a reduced price on it when I buy it, and then build it up to the bionic boomer. So that shouldn't take very long. And then after that, I can start giving it camo detection and whatnot. It's going to be lead in a second. And yeah, the glaive ricochet can destroy that pretty easily. Go bionic boomer. At least give it a bit extra range. That should be good for now. And then I think I'm gonna wait for Banana Republic. And I know I still haven't upgraded my spike factory very much, but it's not really that necessary at the moment, because especially with the bionic boomer now, I should be all right for a little bit. Just want to get a little bit more money, so that it's not some sort of wasted opportunity to where I could have been getting more money when I haven't been getting money or whatever. Come on. Also, just so you guys know, I've been recording a lot of Terraria in advance because I really enjoy playing that game. And while Star Defense 5 Steam is not necessarily a bad game, it just, I don't know, especially because now I'm getting into the harder levels, it doesn't feel quite as much fun necessarily, and more just about like, okay, I need to figure out the winning combination of towers at the right time and placement and everything, and it feels much more strategic and I don't know, and more like code breaking almost in a sense, sort of. kind of, and that's why it hadn't really felt like as much of a fun thing to do whenever I'm bored, and been more of a thing that I need to do because I'm recording an episode for Let's Play. So I've got a ton of tutorial I saved up in advance, but balloons I always record like the day that I'm uploading it, which is not always good, which is why it's been coming out a little bit later than usual. But I don't even know how many of you actually pay attention to that, considering there's only like 5 views the first day that it's uploaded anyways. But anyways, let's see, even faster production. Now that, I mean, when you think about it, now that I have camo detection on my boomerang throwers, I don't really need the white hot spikes. But I do need white hot spikes in order to get to the 3rd tier on the left side, so I'm gonna have to put that down anyways. Or upgrade that anyways. Alright, so at that point, I believe I can upgrade that. And hold on, so this is gonna get to around 46 pretty soon. I'm gonna use a sniper. I kind of want to put it within the range. Check it right here. I want to get a sniper to deal with the whatchamacallit, the Moab. And I would like to get a cripple Moab, because that's really nice. It's really helpful. But we shall see. We shall see how powerful it can get. Oh, that's right, and I didn't save up for the valuable bananas because I want to get that sniper first. So this is going to be the round 45 with a bunch of pink balloons. Probably one of the most memorable rounds, in my opinion. At least for me. Because it's always just this, okay, come on, it's just a bunch of regular balloons I can totally destroy. What's next? And then, oh, look, that's next. The thing that's not super easy to destroy. Although that was remarkably easy on that one. I think it is the big balloon sabotage that's really making it easier. Which is really surprising me and sort of throwing me off. Obviously, there are those times when I lose due to Moabs, but whenever I am able to defeat them, it's usually really easily. Alright, so... I mean, I guess that's one idea. I want to buy stuff, but I want to save up for other stuff. It's confusing me. Yeah, the ceramics look a little bit tough, but the Spike Factory can handle that. The Bionic Boomer didn't have that much trouble with it. Cripple Moab, I think, is probably a better investment, even though the Moabs themselves are really not that difficult. But I think technically the plural of Moab would still be pronounced Moab because I guess you could say Moabs, but it would be like the mothers of all balloons, hypothetically. I mean, it's a massive that's true. It's a massive ordinary air blimp. So it would be massive ordinary air blimps. So yeah, I guess it would be Moabs. But if you're gonna go like mother of all bombs, then it'd be like the mothers of all bombs. Right? I don't know. Anyways, aside from that, I think I'm just gonna stick with the Banana Republic, considering I'm already doing pretty good at the moment. And let's see, I guess I could throw down a nice tower right here. Arctic Wind. To really slow down those. Yeah, let the Glaive Ricochet do its thing a bit better. That was really nice. That was very nice. And then Bionic Boomer will also be able to pop things a bit better as well. So in that case, let me get more snipers. And again, I think I've mentioned this before, but just in case the person that I was going to be mentioning it to didn't hear me, someone had requested that I do an all snipers game, and I've tried that before, and I think the only way I'd be able to make that work is if I use the specialty building, of course, maybe use like a special agent, like a Bloomberry Bush to start out or something, or it would just be very difficult and I'd have to do it on like easy or something. Because I've tried to use a pure Sniper Monkey strategy before, and it really just doesn't work as well as you might think it does, because a lot of what the the sniper is specifically good at firing a lot of damage into a single target, and not at a particularly fast speed. Obviously, with the semi-automatic rifle, it's pretty good, but it does take a while to get even one semi-automatic rifle. But if you were to really look at all of the rounds that you're up against when you're seeing all these balloons, a majority of them are sort of lower tier balloons, but a lot of lower tier balloons. And especially when you're using a sniper against the higher tier balloons that split into multiple balloons, the sniper really doesn't hold up very well against them, because part of what they do, it breaks them down into something they're not very good at defeating, which is why they're a great support tower and great about breaking the Moab layer. But then once it gets down to the ceramics, if you don't have like the left side upgrade, the tier 3 left side upgrade that just destroys the ceramic entirely, if you're using semi-automatic rifles, then it's going to break it down into a lot of smaller layers that are very difficult for the snipers to take care of. Obviously, there are a few rounds that are exceptions to the rule, where snipers are very good, and of course Moabs are not very difficult for the snipers in general. But but yeah, for the most part, snipers are not the best solo towers by any means. Now, let's see. I've got pretty good normal tower or normal balloon defense, so I want to start getting a little bit stronger anti-Moab. I probably could just go with a balloon chipper, and that would probably be enough. But since I've already got the cripple Moab, I don't want to focus too much on something that just eats the Moab. So I think with those Moab maulers, especially with the cripple Moab sort of slowing down the Moabs in the range of the Moab mauler, I think that should work out pretty well. And then the Binding Boomer, unfortunately, doesn't have as much purpose at the moment. There's this Glaive Ricochet is just really dominating things in the early round. I was gonna say early game, but that's not the right term. These early rounds, I guess. But anyways, let's get Glaive Lord, because why not? I like buying things if they're buying things, basically. So let's see. And I mean, I could upgrade these to the 11,000, but I wouldn't really need it very much. I'm gonna upgrade the turbocharger. Can you get bigger? I'm gonna upgrade the turbocharger, but just for the sake of buying something, basically. I might buy the supply drops, which I technically should buy them before I buy all the other upgrades, because then that means I can get extra money. But it's not really that much extra money, I don't think. So, you know. And I could get more cripple Moabs and have them targeting like the closest, like put it right here, then have it target the closest Moab or whatever. But just one is good enough, especially with 3 semi-automatic rifles to help out. Now, what else can I use? I could go up into the high energy bacon, because it's pretty nice. It's a nice tower to use. And yeah, the ceramic clumps, or any kind of clump, really won't get very far, because Ice Tower can slow it down enough to where the Glaive Ricochet will just shred right through it, and then the Moab Maulers as well have a nice AoE. Pretty helpful. But let's see what I was going to say. Oh, that's right, high energy bacon. At this point, I mean, I didn't even get to 1,000, but I can just sell that and get the high energy bacon, and that's going to be pretty good. It's only 7 more rounds, relatively, and I think that's going to be it. I mean, it doesn't look like I really need to upgrade anything else. I mean, I guess I could upgrade that one into the 13,000, but I should be able to just get that much money normally, especially now that I have the Monkey Town upgrade to the high energy bacon that gives me more money per pop, essentially, for any tower within the range of the Monkey Village, but pretty much every tower at this point. Technically, the only tower not in the range is little banana farmer. Now he's gone, so there you go. And let's see. I think this should do it, because I've got decent anti-Moab, Apparently not completely unstoppable anti-Moab, but pretty good. Because all the snipers are pretty good at taking down the strongest one. The Moab Maulers are just kind of doing an AoE on all of them because they're trying to hit the strongest one, but they're so clumped together that it's just hitting everything. And then the Glaive Ricochet is, of course, taking down all the normal blooms with the help of the Ice Tower. Bionic Boomer is a nice little support backup in case the Moabs get that far. Then they can help out with that. And then I've got those Spike Mines as support, although, as you might be able to tell, it's not quite working as well as I was hoping. So, let's see, can I put someone anywhere over there? I guess that's good there. Let's bring out the big guns. And even though it's not, super great at the beginning, it's a big gun support safety net. So that should be good. And let's see. Just now I'm just saving up for the 24,000, but I'm not going to reach it. If I kept my Banana Republic, or if I even upgraded the Banana Research Facility, I definitely would have been able to get to the Techno Terror, but really don't need it at this point, because the Robo Monkey is good enough on its own just to be the extra safety net. And then there's the ZOMG. And if it makes it that far, I'll use the turbocharger on the Bionic Boomer. So let's see. I mean, I almost got to 24,000. So that's cool. Supercharge, or turbocharge, I guess. Nice. Alright. So I'm actually not going to end the episode quite yet. Because I want to show you guys something. Something that I would like your feedback on, preferably really soon, because I'm going to be recording it all tomorrow. As you guys can assume from what I was saying earlier. So hopefully you guys are still here and didn't just clock out once you saw me destroy the ZOG. So as you can see, the next level is Balloon Circles, which I have not done any of the levels on. And if you remember, when I first started, or when I stopped doing 2 episodes at once, kind of, around that time, it was because I couldn't remember which ones were on the Deluxe Edition and which ones were only on Steam. So I was just going through and doing all of them. But then now, obviously, the ones that were only on Deluxe Edition, or the ones that weren't only on Steam, I haven't done any of them. And then, of course, the ones that are on Steam, I've done normal and medium reverse. So it is easier for me to just go back and do the ones that are only on Steam, which I can do. Or I can just go back and do all of them and just keep working through all of them. However, then the issue comes to Balloon Circles, where I haven't done any of it, and I've been doing hard on all of these. So would you want me to, in one episode, play through on easy up to round 50, and then from round 51 to 65, right? Yeah, 51 to 65, I'll be showing you how I did it on medium reverse, and then from like 66 to 85, I can just show you what I did on hard. Or I can just do the like easy and medium in one episode and then hard on a second episode, but those will take up 2 days, because I can't do, well, I probably could do both on one day, but it'd be a little bit more difficult, a little bit more time consuming, since I'm already still doing Terraria, although Terraria is recorded pretty far in advance. So it's up to you guys whether or not you want me to do this some interesting way, or just do hard and then just not worry about showing you guys the easy and medium reverse. I can just do those off camera sometime, and then just move on to these on hard or something like that. So let me know what you guys think about that. I might take Friday off if I don't hear any feedback. Well, if I don't hear any feedback, I'll probably, if I don't hear any feedback, I'll probably just do this on hard and then post that. And then if I do hear feedback, I'll listen to what you guys have to say and figure out what I'm going to do. But anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.